Hey everyone, so this is my review of Wisdom of a Crowd, Season 1, Episode 7, called Trade Secrets, and essentially what this episode is about is that Kavanaugh tries to reconnect with his 14-year-old son, but it's interrupted by the team and the crowd working on this case surrounding this possible terroristic threat. And while that's going on, a wedge between Sarah and Tanner occurs when their legal troubles sort of escalate, causing Sarah to not be able to work with Sophie anymore. And this was a really interesting and really great episode that had a lot of really entertaining sort of moments in it. And I just really enjoyed all the moments with Kavanaugh and his son and how all that sort of worked out with the son knowing what was going on but kind of acted like he didn't because of the fact that he wanted to make his father happy. And just that whole part in this episode around that idea of the son, with the son not really enjoying a lot of the stuff that he was forced to do with his father, but doing it because of the fact that he knew it made his father happy. And I just really liked seeing that whole conversation once that was revealed, and the father then attempting to kind of start to do stuff that the son liked. And them somewhat of finding a way to meet in the middle, and that was just entertaining to see. And then everything with Sarah in this episode was interesting, with her getting like this cease and desist letter where she can't work with Sophie and all this different stuff, and that causing a lot of problems with her because of the fact that her visa requires her to be working, and if she can't work with Sophie, she really can't work anywhere else. And so then her visa might cause some troubles, causing her to have to move back to England, and just all that different stuff around the whole legal case was interesting. And then sort of how the team managed to work around that to get her eventually back involved with everything was just interesting to see. And then it was also interesting to see how Tanner tried to take control of the team and Sophie and all this different stuff without Sarah there. And how he kind of did a really terrible job at that because he didn't know what to say to sort of control the crowd and to control the team, because Sarah's usually there as a guiding hand to help him. And just how everyone interacted with each other while she wasn't there was just, I really enjoyed seeing what it was like in that whole sort of situation. And then it was very interesting to see how Sophie sort of has taken a life of its own, where the team actually didn't present this case to Sophie. Sophie started to figure it out themselves. And because of that, they're sort of secretly working on it without the team's involvement by using like private chat rooms and stuff on Sophie, and how the team tried to work to control all that information. All that stuff was interesting to see, with the Sophie sort of figuring out and solving like these different parts of the case before the team could, and them trying to sort of delay the flow of information and all this different stuff to protect people and all that was interesting. And then the actual like proof that this terrorist that Sophie was trying to track down was actually a part of witness protection program and actually was like a spy, and all that different stuff was interesting, with how the team had to deal with that, with trying to protect this asset but also not wanting him to be an asset, and them sort of dealing with all that stuff. I really liked how they chose to approach that. And then the big twist about like who was on whose side and what was actually going on, I didn't much care for, because it just felt like a sort of throwaway way to end the episode. It just felt like a weird twist that was just really unnecessary. That they could have gone with a bunch of different ways to end the episode that I felt would have been a lot better than having like this undercover bad cop and all this different stuff. It just felt, like I said, really kind of weird. But still, I have to say, overall, this was a really entertaining and really great episode to watch and see how everything turned out. And with what the preview showed for the next episode, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen there. So, yeah, that's my review of Wisdom of a Crowd, Season 1, Episode 7, called Trade Secrets. So, yeah. Bye!